What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is the Rapl. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Ulysses. Ulysses the Great, Ulysses the Wise, Ulysses the Champ against the challenger Rappel, forever the challenger. One day we will see Rappel rise to that throne. I really want to see Rappel win one of the big tournaments. I feel like he's always an exciting player to watch, and he's actually one of the few players who seriously pushes the limits of their main god. Like, you get players like, there's only a handful of them. You get like players like Matrius, who push the limits of Poseidon. You get players like Chemo, who push the limits of Ra. Maybe even like a Magic of back in the day, push the limits of Isis. Mister back in the day pushed the limits of Zeus. There's not like a lot of players. There are sometimes like main god players who only play their main god, but they don't necessarily go into that next echelon of strategy and trying to figure out how to cover the weaknesses of their gods. I definitely feel like Rappel is one of those guys who's done that for Odin in a big way. So it's always exciting to watch him play and see how he deals with some of the problems that Odin players face. Now, Ulysses, on the other hand, maybe you could say that he's done that with Oranos, but I do feel like that kind of crown does kind of belong on Moore's head, whereas Ulysses, he's kind of just pushed the limit of kind of mechanics and decision making to a real, like, an nth level, which is why he's been winning all these tournaments of late. He's got ridiculous mechanics and he just plays the meta to a T. I'm really excited to see what he's going to come up with on this map. The map is Oasis, and generally speaking, in this matchup, this is one of the more Oranos favored of the Oranos versus Odin matchups. It's kind of like a tier of maps which go kind of like 55-45, 50-50, and on the other side 55-45. So in terms of favorability, but definitely every single map you can win with either god here, and it does come down to skill for the most part. So we'll see how things are going to go. Temple coming up for Rappel, trying to defend his gold mine. This is actually a really interesting temple. I'm not sure exactly if I like it or not, because it is susceptible to being a target later in the game, because it's not in range of the town center. But what it does do is it does protect the gold mine quite efficiently. So this is perfectly reasonable, and I'm interested in this one as Norse. If you obviously don't want to do this as like an Egyptian or something, because you don't really need to. But with Norse here against the Atlantean, kind of like it. As Rapl going to be finishing up on the Zebra. Now, unlike like a Thor or a Loki on Oasis, who would be probably struggling on a map like this with only 6-star or 3-star and giraffe, Odin gets 6 starting giraffe, which is really nice because you get great hunt, which means that every single Oasis, literally every single Oasis, you're going to be able to hit the classical age time that you want if you great hunt your Zebra, even on 2 Zebra. So Rappel's going to enjoy this one here in this game as Prometheus coming through here for Ulysses, 75% of the way there. He's gone for what looks to me to be a no hunting dog 355 advance time. So fairly standard here, and he does have his oracles in position to be harassing, as Rappel technically should be aware that this is coming and maybe not go to this hunt directly. But he is going to go for it. And Ulysses, he knows that the hunt's there. He knows that, he sees one gazelle here, so maybe he doesn't know the hunt's there. The hunt is there. Okay. No. Rappel kind of getting away with murder for going for that hunt there. I'm surprised. Anyways, he's been pushed back. Rappel's already got out a handful of Herso, so he should be able to defend this fairly easily. 2 Herso should be able to beat 3 Oracle most of the time, but with Micro, the Oracles can win this fight. So villagers need to get pulled there. Nice play from Rappel to make that happen. Meanwhile, we do have the double counter barracks down for Ulysses. I think this is a little bit risky. Obviously, he can't afford Mermillo and villages. But there is a more strategy that he did make a while ago where he actually went for this strategy and he cut Citizen for just a little bit in order to build a whole bunch of Mermillo out instead of just mass Terma. So he kills his economy a little bit, but then he pushes his opponent off of Hunt, which prevents the mass Ulfsark from coming through. But Ulysses is not going for that here, and that's going to allow Rappel to hold just a little bit in this game. Meanwhile, we do see the Valkyrie coming through, and Ulysses smartly utilizing just one hero Terma to defend this one over here, as we do see, whoa, a cheeky Forest Fire coming in. I love that Forest Fire. That's going to kill off a counter barracks here and slow down the pressure that Ulysses can put on even more, as Rappel trying to get these houses up, trying to organize his economy just a little bit. Has a little bit too much wood at this point, as he's slightly housed. Taking this fight actually will allow him to be unhoused, funnily enough, because he's going to lose some units and train some dudes. But what you probably want to be doing here is, as Norse, is once you get husbandry, take three, leave just 2 villages on wood. And that way you get a little bit more Ulfsark pumping out at this stage. And I think that's maybe what he's doing. No, he's just getting more houses. Not exactly sure where that wood got spent there, but alas. Another counter barracks back down for Ulysses. Valkyrie harassing this man for just a little bit. And the Terma says, get out of here. Get out of here. As Ulysses now, he actually can't fight this. This is what I'm interested in. What is Ulysses actually trying to achieve right now with the Terma? Because he has to transition away from Terma. The Ulfsark are out. Oh, he would have got this upgrade. So that makes sense. That makes sense why he was floating wood there. Gets Lone Wanderer, then gets Husbandry, then takes the villagers off of wood. Right? Makes sense? As the Ulfsark pushing in here, taking down those Terma.
Tilbúin.
So now we see more houses coming up, more Ulfsarks coming through, more houses coming down. Obviously, Rappel just needs to kind of inch his way forward at this point to getting into a position that he can actually fight. Now, he does have the speedy Ulfsark, so what he actually should be doing is running directly at these Terma, because he now wins. There's a little known fact, Ulfsark and infantry in general get a 50% bonus against Terma, but Terma is still decently useful against infantry because they can hit and run, because they're really slow. But against Odin, the Ulfsark gets a 5.28 speed, so they actually can't hit and run. You can see they throw the arrows and barely hit the Ulfsark here. In fact, they missed the Ulfsark completely. Some more houses coming up here. We'll see what Rappel's plan is as this game continues. 78 population for Rappel to Ulysses 77, so still very close. He's still trying to get a cheeky surround on this location. He's still not able to do so. And we are still seeing... Oh, no. Now we've got some attempted moving into the Cairo Ballista. I'm interested to see if Ulysses decides to go for a second town center here or not. Because I think that, in my experience, if you do that, you find yourself losing to Ragnarok quite a bit. So staying one town center and hitting like a one town center mythic age timing, utilizing all the goats and some of the advantages that come from farming with Atlantean, might be a way forward here against Rappel's Norse, but we'll see. Especially going through like Thea and getting out Stymphalian birds instead of investing into Promethean could be another way forward, forcing out like throwing axemen that your opponent doesn't really want to make. Oh, still Rappel just dancing. He's just dancing with these Ulfsark. They're all like low HP, but they're Odin Ulfsark, and he's also got a Valkyrie here, which can heal this one back up if he wants to. As Ulysses 95 pop, Rappel is 95 pop. And maybe Rappel knows this, maybe he doesn't, but there's going to be a big fight for his second gold mine here. Because he's going up to full population, so he might want to throw down an armory and actually get himself some Pierce armor upgrades. if he can. So he is pushing forward onto this position. He's got the surround. He's onto the Caraballas here. The Valkyrie picking off these Caraballas beautifully here as now Ulysses has to retreat, but Ulysses is retreating with the Caraballas, slowing his army down to 3.85 speed, or even slowing down to 4.0 speed as Ulysses does manage to micro that a little bit. But Rappel is in perfect position now. He's dealt with the early pressure. He's going to not get killed on the second gold mine. And he's slowly throwing farms up. He's got his chicken here. He's taken he's got 6 villages on wood somewhere.
Skip on.
So he's going to be able to throw those farms down fairly easily. But he is, what I would like to say, relatively stuck in the classical age, which does mean that Ulysses has got another opportunity here. Ulysses has another opportunity. You win one fight against Atlantean, that doesn't mean you win. Unlike some civilizations, like Norse losing one fight can oftentimes mean that Norse loses. And you guys might be like, oh, boy, how's that fair? How's it fair that Norse loses one fight and they lose? Well, a lot of the time, if Norse doesn't lose any fights, they win. Whereas the counter can be true, the opposite is actually true for Atlantean. So if Atlantean doesn't win any fights, not necessarily lose, doesn't win any fights, oftentimes that they lose. Atlantean needs to win fights to win, is the general thought process there. So that's kind of the weaknesses of Norse and the weaknesses of Atlantean explained fairly succinctly, I might say. As the Elves start pushing through, these Caraballas are being absolutely huge. Imagine Forest Fire. Big shockwave comes down though as Rapl is trying to surround this as best as he can. There's only one Herso left here, so these Promethean are actually going to be doing a lot more help than you might actually think here, as now raiding cavalry coming through to help out in these fights here. Rappel is at 78 population. Ulysses is at 90 population, as Rappel might be kicking himself saying, why on God's green earth did I take that fight? Well, on God's brown earth here, because it's a desert. Anyways, why did I take that fight? I didn't need to. He did not need to take that fight there at all. He's on his gold mine over here, far away from the army. He can keep jockeying back and forth, get to the heroic age, and be completely fine here. But now he's leveled the playing field. Ulysses has won a fight, and now he's going to continue the pressure. But then again, Rappel has reproduced his army nicely here, and he has started to move into these raiding cavalry to deal with Caraballas. And this is an army I really like from Rappel. This is an army reminiscent of Greek here, where you go infantry, cavalry, Hippocon hoplites to deal with the Atlantean army. And that's kind of exactly what Rappel's doing. He's making some throwing action because throwing action aren't bad. But we'll see how it's going to go. It's the Caraballas doing just a little bit of damage over here. The raiding cavalry going to swing through. They do have the speed advantage here. But Rappel, he's got to smartly do this. You don't want to fight this if you can help it. We are seeing these villagers onto some dwarves over here with the berry bushes. If you can not fight and just let these longhouses are not worth that much. Time is of the utmost importance here for Rappel. Time. So he doesn't need to fight much. He can just take a little cheeky skirmishes and everything, just keep pulling back, as Ulysses is going to slowly push forward. And hopefully, for Rappel's sake, those Caraballas get caught out of position here. As it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. These Caraballas have got nothing in front of them. Barely anything. All of those Murmillo have been taken out. It's the raiding cavalry swinging onto this position here. Going to be taking out the Caraballas on the back here. Everything falling as Rappel might actually win this fight here. As this Valkyrie are going to start coming through. How many farms through for Rappel? He's got 9 farms plus these villagers over here. So he's got himself 12 villages currently, or 12 villages plus the 9 farms, 21 villages on food here. So he's got plenty of food to produce those Valkyrie for the time being here, as we are going to be seeing Ulysses deciding to turn around, getting a brutal shot there from those Caraballas, just really dismantling Rappel's forward movement there as he's going to push back. But both players just staying on this one town center here. 7 villages on food for Ulysses. He's got his farms here. He's got himself his hand axe. Still no plow, unfortunately. I'm forgetting that one. Got to get that upgrade as soon as you possibly can when you throw those farms down, because, well, they'll just gather very slowly on farms if you don't have plow. So, as we do see a cheeky raid coming through for Rapl, he sees the villagers here with no mana, and he's like, "Yep, I got to send units over here. At least going to kill one citizen here, possibly two." Ulysses has on passive stance here, so he's a citizen. Don't move. There's one down. Tango down. Will he be able to get a second one? You don't be greedy here and go for all of them. Just go for two, or go for one more citizen here if you can. But it looks like Rappel is not quite able to do that. Those citizens are going to get back. Meanwhile, Ulysses says, time to go for the attack here as some dwarves get pulled to help this fight. But there's just no answer to these Valkyrie in this army here that Ulysses is constructed. He's got two Hero Terma, which are not going to cut the mustard at all. Not only that, these Ulfsark can actually come over here and ghost building these units and cut this retreat path off here if he so chooses. Meanwhile, we do have the Mermilla going after some houses over here. That's very cheeky and smart. As the Ulfsark coming back here, they're going to join the fight. Will we see an attempt at a ghost building? No ghost building. But we do see Hyperion coming through here from Ulysses. I'm a bit surprised to see the Hyperion. Personally, I would have gone for Thea here, for the main reason that my opponent, I know he's going to be in the Classical Age for quite some time. My first Stymphalian bird is going to work here, move here, and my second one is going to go over here or over here. And I'm going to push him off gold with my Stymphalian birds while defending. But I guess Ulysses doesn't have a whole lot of gold just at this point, as we do see an immediate chaos getting dropped down. One of those Valkyries getting taken down as the dwarves coming in here to help out, as Rapl says, I don't need these dwarves in my base anymore. These dwarves have got bonus damage against Karo Ballista, which... Are these technically siege weapons? Anti-infantry? I'm not sure. I think they're not. I don't think they're siege weapons. I know that there was a point where people thought they were siege weapons, maybe because there was a bug in the code where Karo Ballista didn't get armory upgrades, but I think they are siege. Classified, there you go. The more you learn. If they are siege, that means the villagers get a bonus against them. Instead of dealing 8 damage, they deal 16 damage per second. The more you know. Oh, Rappel finding some lions here. Definitely want to eat as much food as you possibly can on a map. Wait, where'd your ox cart go? Rappel basically, as now Rappel is kind of stuck in the Classical Age, and this is a little bit of a mistake if you ask me. And the reason why Rappel is stuck in the Classical Age is he spent all of his food in an attempt to keep fighting instead of trying to get to the Heroic Age. And the reason he did this was because he felt like he needed to, but the mistake is he shouldn't have been taking fights in the first place unless he needed to, and he was forcing fights. If he didn't take those fights, he could have got to Skadi and then got to Irrigation and be in a much better position now than otherwise. But we have seen... Whoop. Sneeze. Rappel doesn't care. He's just like... Excuse me. Rappel is just like, I'm gonna kill your villagers with my villagers. Get back here. Get back here. Rappel the madman. Rappel also getting raided over here though while this is going on. The shield battling Valkyries will actually be able to clean up these states here. Ulysses is mispositioned just a little bit here, allowing the Valkyries to get onto the state here. As they're trying to take this down, but it's not quite able to. There we go. Finishing him off, and Ulysses is now back in his base, trying to get this town center up, but the villagers just come in and start shanking. Say no town center for you. You will not town center. Rappel's now out of gold though. But so too is potentially Ulysses going to be out of gold. If Rappel knows it exists, he does. He sees it with the Raven. No gold over here. Oh, the ox cart is in though. You gotta kill this. All right, he kills it. No worries. What a wild game. I have to throw all caution out the window.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If it's the case that the only way for, or the best way for Norse to beat Atlantean is to go for a Ragnarok, generally, why not speed the process up and just go for the Villager Ragnarok? Right? Right? Wrong? Citizen over here getting taken down. Ulysses does spot it, but there's not a whole lot of units over here for Ulysses at this point. He's currently defending on this position. He's still picking off villagers over here. There is a throw and action that will eventually, if he can ever aim straight. I mean, axes are hard to throw. That is for sure. As one citizen will be going down here. Ulysses in such a dive. He's got 4 citizen currently gathering resources. 4 citizen. This town center is getting thrown back up yet again. Raiding cavalry in here, trying to take these citizen down as best as they can. This raiding cavalry over here going to try and attack this nice marker here from Rappel to pull back. He's got to get his shieldmain Valkyrie over there. The curse is just about to be available. Who will probably use this immediately on this army over here, or potentially up on the top side over here. But the villagers shanking away. Rappel darting up onto this position. These citizens have been caught out over here. Rappel is not going to allow these to get back. Now he's got his cavalry in here. This one citizen going to go down. 2 citizens going to go down. Chaos does get cast over here. It's a bit of a reprieve as the second town center is now up for Ulysses. However, Rappel is 16 villagers on gold, 12 villagers on food, 8 villagers on wood. Ulysses, on the other hand, 9 villagers gathering right now. About to lose another one over here with the help of those Gaia units that were created there. Nice play from Rappel to make that happen. As we do see this gold mine is now going to start getting grabbed. This one over here has been denied. Ulysses is now on gold. But for how long? Surely Rappel will disallow that as fast as he can. He needs to get all the way over there. You can easily just walk past this location and attack this. He's got units coming over here immediately. There's the raiding cavalry onto this gold mine over here as the Valkyrie retreating. He can just delete this Valkyrie and allow the other one to start attacking up here if he so chooses, but opting to not do that as the citizen's going to start shanking. We do see this mana goes down. Rappel, he could just leave this, wall this off, and then push up to the top side and just ignore that bottom side for the time being here, but not happening just yet. Ulysses continuing to get his villagers out. He's got 2 towns and he's got plenty of villagers on food, so able to get his economy going again. Rappel, he's actually cut villagers for whatever reason. He's cut villagers, full army, full send in the classical age. Why not? As the military barracks getting taken down over here, as we do see Ulysses saying, "Get away from me! Stop attacking my stuff. I've had enough of this shenanigans." As the citizen come over onto this one, the guy of Valkyrie causing pain. We'll get taken down here though. As Rappel's like, "Yeah, I can't fight this one just yet," but he could breeze right past this army, maybe, and go after these villagers yet again. But you see this town's going to getting taken down. This citizen does get nice micro from Rappel. Sorry, from Ulysses there to pull that back into the town center. Good attempt by Rappel though. Is Rappel going to be taking out these shield-mated Valkyrie as best as he possibly can here? The throwing axeman here have to retreat back because now Ulysses has got himself Arcus, which are a very, very strong unit here. So we see the citizen getting taken out over here. Rappel, come on. Get in here. Stop chasing this. Kill the citizen. It's so important. This one's almost dead. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it with fire. One more attack. Don't let it get into the matter. Yes. The citizen over here getting picked off. These villagers have returned back onto this position. Lots of idle units over here for Rappel to send forward here. This one over here might get taken out. Not quite. We are going to be seeing the Arcus going down on this position here. He's still not paying attention to this army as he's letting Ulysses get away with a little bit of gold income gathering as the units coming in to check where the Norse villagers are. But Rappel defends this nicely over here. He does have this Valkyrie to deal with that satyr there. As the army sitting on this gold mine, and on this gold mine, the villagers do get picked off over here as Rappel has spotted yet another gold mining operation, has put a stop to it. Ulysses is back to 0 gold. For some reason, he's got 6 on gold as all the villagers coming over here onto this gold mine. As Ulysses is here to defend with these units. All of these units coming up for Rapl as he's going to try and take down this town center. He's going to use this opportunity to kill off the farm here. Remember, this is a 200 wood farm. It's going to stay alive here with 66 HP as the mana does get thrown up on this position over here. Ulysses army coming back. Ulysses at 109 of 110 population. Rapl is at 115 of 115 population here. So he's full pop, strong army, no armory upgrades, does snipe a citizen there. Still trying to push past this town center. He doesn't. I don't think you should particularly care that there's a town center shooting you here if you're fighting this, because you've got so many advantages as Odin at this point. He's going to continue to try and push over you. Can he kill this off? You've got to micro your Shieldmaiden Valkyrie to kill off the Satyr, and that's exactly what Rappel does here. Let's look at that damage there. That's the damage that myth units can do here to enemy myth units. Nice play from Rappel. Going to get able to push through this army very, very easily here. As he swings around the back, going to kill off all of these other units here, as well as the spam is coming in. But there is still defender's advantage here for Ulysses, as another Satyr does get taken out. Rappel is continuing to build these Valkyrie here, but he's run out of all of his Valkyrie. Now the Satyr is going to carry this fight through, and it looks to me like Ulysses is held here, and Rappel is the one who's going to be in a little bit of trouble going forward, because Rappel's on 2 town centers now. Ulysses on 2 town centers. Rappel is on 1 town center. He does have 17 farms here, but kind of inefficient farms as well. Might have to get an ox cart out over here if he wants to get more of that, or more food income. As Longhouse is coming down, and Ulysses, who was once on 4, not 4 citizens total, but gathering with 4, is back up. He's got himself 16, 24, 23, wait, 20, 21 citizen right now. As this game goes on, very, very close game here as Ulysses is trying to throw this palace down. Now, palace will help him hold a gold mine, but building destroyers at this point doesn't make a whole lot of sense. In reality, you want to get to the Mythic Age now and start looking towards Fnatic. Otherwise, Ragnarok is coming. If you stay too long in the... nice snipe there from Rappel. If you stay too long in the Heroic Age, you lose to Ragnarok most of the time here. So see the catapulties getting taken out. The Reigning Cavalry pushing in here. Those Arcus getting pushed back. This town center is still low HP, and Rappel is still exerting a lot of pressure here. Still refusing to go to the next stage, refusing to get armory upgrades. Just wanting, he's just, let's fight. And it's kind of working here. We are seeing some citizen pushing in, going to try and finish off this palace, or finish building this palace here. See the Reigning Cavalry spot this one immediately, going to swing around, start taking these ones down. One low HP citizen here going to go down immediately. Here's the other citizen to get this up. More citizen coming through onto this position here to get the palace up. The palace up does mean a gold mine for Ulysses. As he is attempting to get it there. It's up there now. 15.4 damage, shooting 3 arrows is a big, big difference to only 10 damage over here. But another citizen goes down there. Ulysses not paying attention to the best of his ability. Rappel is going to be able to potentially take this town center down now, as Ulysses is at 86 of 130 population, not able to make his units out fast enough. How many buildings? He's only got 4 buildings here at this point. Does have a market up though, as the villagers are going to be repairing this town center up. Villagers, or citizen I should say, are actually decently good at keeping a town center alive. And we do see fortified town centers coming in as well for Ulysses to make that even harder for Rappel to take out. And we are in fact seeing some destroyers, which does make me scratch my head just a little bit. Throwing Axemen, hard counter destroyers. Medium raiders, soft counter destroyers. There's no archers here for Rappel. So why build destroyers? This destroyer over here does get taken out. The villager over here going down as well. So we see this citizen here. Like, Rappel is still all over Ulysses' economy. Like, even though Ulysses is 2 town centers, I would imagine that Rappel's economy is bigger. This is very rare that this happens, that you can actually stay in front, because unlike like a Greek 2 town center where you have to kill 1 villager every 15 seconds-ish to stay in front, against a 2 town center Atlantean, you have to kill 1 citizen every 30-ish seconds to stay in front or stay even. And Rappel's definitely been doing that here, I would say. As he's going to pull back, and is he going to take the option? Is he going to grab the town center? He's got so many buildings here he could cancel and get his heroic age up. But it looks like, yeah, town center time. As this game could be turning on its head right now, as Ulysses manages to defend all of that that aggression. Because the gold mine over here is about to expire. That's immediately where, I'm sure, Ulysses is going to go. Town center looks like it will come up. There is a gold mine over here that could be getting grabbed. Snuck, I should say. Does Ulysses even know that it's there? No, he doesn't know there's a gold mine there, so he won't even look. It's black. There's nothing up there. So Rappel might choose to sneak up there. We are seeing this wall getting taken out as the citizen over here are in no man's land, but Rappel doing his best to clean up that as the 4 destroyers taking down this town center. Get these guys to kill these off. So destroyers do have a lot of pierce damage. There was a time where I thought that throwing axemen dealt pierce damage. Very long time ago. They actually deal hack damage. So throwing axemen deal with that easily. And we do see that Rappel is deciding to go for this gold mine. He's going to be really safe here. Ulysses will not spot that. So you see this Valkyrie here, very low HP, will end up going down as Ulysses has managed to make this Arcus destroyer composition. And it's working currently as Rappel is not in the heroic age. And he might be even stuck in the classical age here for quite some time now. He's on 2 town centers. So we see the throwing axeman dropping in and out here. You can actually do some mad micro with the throwing axeman if you task. I don't know if it's possible, but if you use the eject flag to click onto a destroyer, onto an enemy unit, you can utilize. I'm saying this, not sure that you can do it. So correct me if I'm wrong, but if you use the ungarrisoned flag, click onto a destroyer, I think you can use the eject command to immediately target a unit, and then garrison immediately after that, dodge the Arcus fire, and then ungarrison and effectively defend infinitely. If that's possible. Not sure. But a beautiful surround there by Rappel. Something to test. A beautiful surround there by Rappel here, coming in to pick off these units here as best as he can. There's a dead Satan nicely, but Rappel needs to be smart here. He does not need to fight. He's got 2 town centers. He's got a safe gold mine. He should be aware that it's safe because it's not been attacked just yet. And Ulysses here is going to be heading to the heroic age, or mythic age, I should say, very, very soon. So Rappel needs to catch up at least to the heroic age to get Frost to deal with the Tartarian gate, or Frost to deal with Vortex, so that he can get to the mythic age. Nice surround here though from Rappel. He does have himself some armory upgrades. Not the best. He doesn't have himself the copper mail, which I do think is the best upgrade to be getting here in this situation, but doesn't have it just yet. So these units all getting taken down over here as Hecate is now on the way for Ulysses, and Rappel does have a little bit of time to click up here, but he needs to click up. And look at all these resources that are in his temple, in his longhouses. He's only got 4 longhouses, but those resources in that temple there, or those barracks, he should be taking them back and advancing. Obviously, doesn't know 100% that Ulysses is advancing to the heroic age. Up! Rappel gets spotted. He's going to turn around and shank for all life here, but he gets spotted. As the raiding cavalry sniping down some villagers over here, gets 1 citizen kill. Nice play. He should be over here dealing with this as the catapulti going down. Most of these units are very low HP, so the dwarves and villagers should be able to win this fight. relatively easy here as Rappel is still slamming his head into Ulysses' base here. As Hecate is just about to hit, he's getting himself Masons as well. Ulysses knows how much damage this Tartarian gate is going to be doing. Does he have anyone in position? He's sending an Arcus. Making his way forward. Very, very quiet. As we see this gold mine getting returned onto Ulysses, seeing this is a good place to go. The Arcus a little bit slow here, but Rapl is nowhere. He's not close to being able to deal with this. Not close at all. How do you deal with Tartarian Gate in the classical age? There is no way. The temple is just going to get. Can you get both of these? Maybe. But you want to put it here. That's fine there as well. Picks off a longhouse. Picks off a house. Hits the farms. Tartarian Gate is down. That's going to be a stop to Rappel's food economy. So not only is... Well, Rappel is going to pull all of his villages here. So we'll see if he's going to be able to take this down. He needs to get something out here to actually to kill off the Tartarian spawns. There's a lot of villages here for Rappel to take this Tartarian Gate down, but this is a look at Rappel's economy. He's got no food left, no food income. Tartarian Gate does have masons on it. Do we see Ulysses? Does he have the resources for architects? No, he doesn't. Tartarian Gate will go down, so nice play. The Valkyries will come back in to take out these Tartarian spawns here, but Ulysses did so much damage with that. You don't even know. 20 villages remaining, or 22 villages remaining. The Valkyries having to push back. That relieves all of the pressure from Ulysses, who's going to be able to get himself his town center up. And now, really, the question is, can Rappel hold against incoming Fnatic? Can Rappel hold against incoming Fnatic? Because from all of my experience, Norse loses once Fnatic come out, unless they have a significant advantage. We are seeing the Lampede coming in for Ulysses here. Rappel getting out his ox cart here as best as he can. Obviously, that Lampede is going to pick off a unit. You have to just accept that the Lampede is going to pick off one unit and just charge at it at some point. As the arc is coming forward, and Ulysses is going to slowly but surely start throwing palace down on this position. You'd have to assume he's getting military barracks down the bottom side of the base. Sky passage down here is going to be absolutely brutal. Sky passage up here as well for Ulysses, so he can grab this town center, get 4 town centers advantage here in this game. Rappel losing his longhouses over here on this position. Everything kind of crumbling here as Rappel is desperately trying to get to the heroic age. He's at full population, 120. Well, he's missing a house, but 120 of 120 population. He's still producing units. In these situations, you have to essentially do what I'm doing now. Cut all of those units being trained and just say, I've got to get to the next age. Otherwise, you're a little bit slower than otherwise. There's Rappel garrisoning his villages, and he's going to advance now through Skadi. That might give him a little bit of reprieve in this game. I imagine Ulysses has just got a very... Oh, where'd the villager go? Maybe he got killed? Oh, it did get killed. Rappel spots the sky patches and says, get out of here. The town center now going down. There's not really enough siege weapons here for Ulysses just yet. He's now making a fire siphon, but I'm still surprised he's making destroyers. I think destroyers are just not a viable unit against Norse, or not a good unit against Norse. Just make Fnatic. As the fire siphon moves in, we'll get a couple of shots off actually onto the town center. It's not going to be enough, but it's going to be some good damage. 3 shots? 3 shots, just 3 shots, and this destroyer is still going to town on the town center here as the Arcus helping defend this one. Rappel has now managed to get up to the next age. probably worth dropping the frost down here, and then dropping a market and just going mythic age through Valda and sacking the town center. The town center will end up going down though. Like how many villages? He's got a decent amount of villages, but then again, with Ulysses being alive in this mythic age for so long, you have to expect him to be in a decent position here. We will see the town center coming back up for Rappel. You see these units coming forward over here. We see that we've got some Tartarians coming onto this position, going to hit this gold mine. There is a very real lose condition here for Rappel as well in this gold mine. If he loses this, he's not going to be able to get this one because there's already buildings over here. Seeing some raids coming through for Rappel, looking for something to do. Town center attempting to come up for Rapl to go up to 3 town centers. He's not going for the Ragnarok here or for a Fimbulwinter or anything, as this town center is just straight denied as the fire siphon coming in. We will see a frost getting dropped here, but is that too little too late? This Ulysses Lampede is doing absolute work here. It's picked off so many Valkyries, comes back in, picks off a fire giant here. There's the fire siphon moving through. Going to prevent this town center from coming up and not getting that one up. Does mean Rappel is going to be very, very sad. No market here. Gold Village is still grabbing all of that stuff there, but town center gets denied. Rappel 1 town center, Ulysses 3 town centers. What else can he do? He's bringing his raiding cavalry back here, but what else can he feasibly do here? The frost is about to finish up. Ulysses is at 160 of 160 population. We do see the raiding cavalry coming around the back. These fire siphon are not going to be that useful in this fight at all, but there's just so many units out for Ulysses that it might not even matter. And also, this frost giant can randomly start killing off, throw an axeman if it so chooses. Meanwhile, over here, still more Tartarians coming over. This palace about to come up here. Rappel has spotted it though. He's pulling his villagers over here to try and take it down. The frost giant getting killed. The army going to be retreating back ever so slightly. The villager does get garrisoned in here as the Tartarians coming over here to try and take down these villages. The palace is going to be able to pick off these villages as well really nicely. Frost giants coming over this position, and now Rappel is very, very much split up, trying to rebuild his town center, and everything else is just so absurdly difficult. We see a Ulysses sky passage on this position now, and in that position, yeah, in that spot, Rappel does have to tap out. A really close game nonetheless. Rappel almost makes it work. I do feel like there was definitely an opportunity there where Rappel could stop putting the pressure on and get heroic age. If he did that, there was a point there at some point, or at least maybe play more into that not fighting mindset in the classical age, trying to jockey and get good position, fight if you have to, but try not to fight, or at least fight underneath tower fire. He could have tried to make it to the heroic age and then follow that up with the mythic age, because there was a point where there's no trade here, right? So the gold mines are going to get pushed off, and Ulysses being able to defend might not have been able to happen here. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.